Hey there, Georgie here with Ukraine Matters. Welcome to Ukraine. I am traveling again, and this time I am recording to you straight from Ukraine. And because I'm recording daily, so we are doing a daily straight from Ukraine wherever I am. Ukraine is not stopping their strategic campaign on making sure that Russia is not a gasoline-producing country anymore. And Magyar is reporting that over the night on the 5th of September, besides other facilities struck, there was also a facility struck in Ryazan, which is one of the biggest of the Rosneft oil production facilities. Gasoline is becoming more and more scarce resource in Russia, and right now there are reports that even cities that are not completely on the outskirts of Russia are already being impacted. We are hearing the reports that in Nizhny Novgorod there is already issues with regards to getting oil that is higher grades, and the longer this will go on, the bigger problems Russia will have and the more impact every single Russian will feel. It's important to remind ourselves that this is all that Russia can stop any day now if they want to. But they don't, so they will pay all of the price thanks to the Ukrainian kinetic sanctions. We have additional news with regards to delivery of the extended range attack munitions coming to Ukraine this October that is paid for by the European countries and developed and produced inside of United States. The extended range attack munitions is a hybrid between the aviation bomb and jet-propelled missile. It is expected that in total Ukraine will receive up to 3,500 munitions approximately, but more importantly, the first missiles that will be received are going to be in October, and it's expected it's going to be just 10 initial prototype ones that will be there for testing purposes and additional feedback to make sure that the further batches are going to be produced at scale and specifically following the capabilities necessary for Ukraine. Additional great news are coming from Czechia. Czechian STV Group is reporting that they are opening new production lines for the production of the 155, 152 and 122 millimeter rounds for the needs of the Ukrainian military, and this is a great that we're going to be seeing more output specifically from countries that support Ukraine. Now, I know that people in Czechia are expecting with the coming change of the government there's going to be decrease in help from Ukraine, but as I always underscored, that capitalism is weakest but also the strongest side that Ukraine can use. So if there is going to be a factory that is going to be producing weapons already in Czechia operating, then there's just going to be economic sense in selling those products to Ukraine, which I'm very sure will be sold. Great news indeed. Russia continuing stealing grain from the territory of Ukraine. It is reported that via the port of Mariupol, 36,000 tons of stolen grain were exported by Russia. Russia is not only a terrorist state, but also a thief. Curious story of Russian propaganda as Russians are airdropping fake banknotes in the cities of Ukraine, calling for the people of Ukraine to join the activities on reporting on the military movements and the location of the armed forces of Ukraine in the territories surrounding the area. Just another reminder that we all need to be aware about the Russian propaganda, and Russia will do everything that they can in order to get us to betray the good side. An amazing statistics came out by the President Zelensky. He is claiming that Ukraine is now producing 60% of their weapon needs locally. It's important to realize that last year it was around 40%, but since then there was heavy investment by the European allies into the production within Ukraine and by Ukraine itself. It is now claimed that there is still a lack of budgeting for a lot of activities in Ukraine, and President Zelensky has been coming out with statements on calling the allies to additionally source the production of weapons and ammunition by Ukrainian companies, and I hope that it will happen indeed. So 60% already now. I'm hoping for 80% already next year. And remember, it's not only good for here and now for the war to fight the Russians, but it will also help Europe a lot in the future once the war is over, and then Europe will have access to cheap at-scale production of weapons that has shown themselves to be very capable in actual battle conditions. A very curious case of Russian technology was surfaced online. It is a Russian mothership drone that is carrying a couple of FPV drones that it later drops to strike targets deep inside Ukrainian territory. And while this is not a new technology, what was absolutely curious about this one is that the connection is powered by the Starlink system, which once again is underscoring that there is definitely an issue with communications within Russian forces, so they are forced to use Starlink. One of the major Ukrainian drone manufacturers, Systems, is opening a factory inside of United Kingdom. For a long time we have been investing into Ukraine, and I have been telling that it would be great for us in the future, and because we will see some kickback from it, and here we see the kickback. System is going to be investing 200 million euros to production of drones on the territory of United Kingdom, which is as far as I remember, one of the first, if not the first, project like this coming from Ukrainian companies. I'm really hoping we're going to see more of this, and recently we already heard that parts of Flamingo missiles will be produced in Denmark. And we're going to finish today by reading some of the cries by the Russian Z propagandists. Anastasia Kashivarova is reporting that the collapse of fuel is hitting the occupied territories hard. And it's important because while it does hit civilians, and that's the videos that we see with civilians lining up to getting the fuel, but more importantly is what this Russian Z propagandist is reporting is that this is not only touching the civilians, this is also touching the military. So we will see a direct effect on the front line for Russia, as even their vehicles such as buggies or motorcycles will struggle to be used in large quantities, as there will just not be any fuel for them. Again, it's great to see that Ukrainian strategy is going to be performing so good, and I'm looking forward to see how Russia, the oil-producing country, is going to be running short on oil products. That is truly the irony and hilarity of this day and age. Thank you so much for watching this. This is the first video with a new setup, so it might be a little bit clunky. In any case, continue supporting Ukraine, continue supporting Ukrainian armed forces. I love you. Slava Ukraini, and I will see you next time.